Go on. What did IMDb do? We're in.
Fam.
We're in.
Cuz.
We are in.
Please. It's mad. IMDb and Stefflon Don just going at it. Mad on the timeline on the way I was down here.
Oh, shit. How did that start?
Cuz I don't know, fam. How does
This
anything
is IMDb. She's like, Steph hasn't said nothing. Actually. Oh, wait.
Oh, it started with IMDb making a comment on... Basically, I think Azealia Banks made a comment about Stefflon Don.
Make that closer to his mouth, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm
About Stefflon Don. Stefflon Don's come, made it like she's made a response on Twitter. Azealia Banks has responded to it.
Azealia Banks has responded to it.
Azealia Banks got involved.
Yeah, but this is the start of it. And then IMDb made a comment about the situation. And then, in a nutshell, Stefflon Don was just like, I hope she has the same energy when she sees man.
Oh, okay.
And then IMDb's responded to that, and then it's the conversation's gone on to money.
Do you know what? Can I just say, I love it when someone says, I hope when you keep that same energy.
Yeah, keep the energy.
I hope you keep that same energy when you see me. I love that.
Do you know what?
That's one of the best sentences.
That's what I said to Frisco before on Gasworks. It's a shame that he didn't come with that same energy.
You're just saying, you say all of these things, and then when you get caught out on the Piccadilly line, it's a mad thing. Bro, do you know what though? I shouldn't laugh at these two going at each other because like, I don't really want to entertain that type of stuff.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I do have ignorance in me though. Yeah, and that is funny. Did you see what they argued?
Of course it's funny. But
the argument was so funny, fam. It's so
but they're like two big sisters in the scene doing this. Like,
yeah.
Do your music.
I'd rather
I also understand though that, you know what, in life not everyone gets on.
100%.
And sometimes if you're going to put things out there online, we're going to see it. We're going to have a good old chuckle.
Yeah,
we might debate about it. And that's how it goes sometimes.
Big
Innit?
man, did you see
that's
what they're saying?
Sometimes you can just send a text message to each other and you can do that via text message.
Guys, they're saying, fam, just to put things into perspective, how personal they're getting, because I don't think they should throw numbers out there, but they just started throwing numbers.
What do you mean?
But that's
IMDb goes, what are you going to help me with? Like a boo-hoo campaign.
Oh, shit.
She goes, and then Steph goes...
kind of doing its thing right now, though, for some reason. It seems like they're getting quite
They just got bread, fam.
They got like French Montana on and...
Deli Ali.
I remember when you spoke about it a time ago, and I didn't even know what the... Remember when he came here one time, and he's like...
but
he just loosely said something about boohoo men, and I was like, what the fuck is that? That sounds like a... please don't like oversensitive people in that.
Yeah.
But it does sound like some type of gay porn. Boohoo men.
Chucky, no one saw you go in there.
You're gonna have to write a statement, fam.
You got to do an apology.
You see the way Chucky just swallowed.
Serious?
Anyone just saw the way Chucky swallowed.
So okay, are we denying the fact that there's gay porn out there that has titles the same way as heterosexual porn?
I don't watch them, so I don't know.
I've seen a lot of heterosexual porn.
It's all coming out today.
So, and it has titles.
Just Chucky coming out.
Blacked, or what's the other one? Bang Bros. Like, come on, man. Serious. Boohoo men.
I'm not coming on no one.
You know what I mean? Boohoo men. You just fling that in there. It just sounds
more like a...
anyway,
Halloween.
we're going somewhere different. But yeah, go on anyway.
Sorry,
I apologise if someone gets offended by that. I wasn't saying that was... Whatever.
You're going to have to write a statement, man.
So, she says that Steph comes back and goes, I made 100 bags off that.
What? Yeah, Steph's making bread though.
Yeah, but IMDb said, well, in a nutshell, we only deal with millies over here.
But how can it
be...
She did. Wait.
But
Steph,
hold on. IMDb, is he getting money like that?
What? Let me get to it. Steph goes, something about my label got signed for 1.2. IMDb responds with 2.6 mil and I'm still independent. Can I get a shut up?
Shit.
Fam, that's what I'm saying. The killer is, you see when you're doing that.
2.6 mil still independent.
But you shouldn't do all that though, because it's like, there's going to be a winner, there's going to be a loser.
Of course,
If you genuinely don't care, then go for it. But at the end of it, if you're going to be shouting at your mobile phone in public, it's long. When I see them bickering, do you know what I just say? I wish you the best in life. I apologize for hurting you.
Gigs.
Move on.
Gigs.
What?
We need you.
Yeah, we need...
Gigs, we need you.
Gigs, man.
Yeah, shout them.
Gigs,
shout them. Sort that one out.
From when conversation turns into money, it's just
silly, innit? It's just
it's childish, man.
But do you reckon there's
by the way, can I just say, Steph's
more Pokemon cards
hurting me in Jamaica is still shelling to bits.
It's a banger.
Listen,
talking of Jamaica, when you bring back Cashtastic, fam.
I wanted to have a conversation with him still, but it just didn't happen.
What, did you meet him over there?
Nah, I didn't get to meet him. I didn't get to meet him out there. But I spoke with him, but
he had the hardest behind bars. It was him and Krypton Conan back in the day.
Yeah, he did have a hard behind bars.
He's behind bars and Krypton Conan's behind bars.
But don't worry, it will happen.
What, a conversation or he'll come back?
Yeah, a conversation will happen.
Oh, it needs to, man.
But yeah, so like in a lyrical war, who's winning that?
Who?
I am DDB and Steph. Who's winning that?
I am Stefflon Don, bro.
You reckon so?
I said both of them, bro.
Oh. Honestly, I don't know, man. They're both sick. I'm just vexed.
Stefflon Don's sick. I don't actually listen to IMDb's music. First time I ever came across her was when we were on the same radio show, and I was like, "Who is she, blood?"
Oh yeah, we were there as well.
Amy Becker's thing.
Fam, I love IMDb.
I have to say, Poet's been on from.
Is she big though? Because she's talking about 2.6 million. That's not.
I didn't realize she was making bread like that. To be honest, but I don't even think it matters. Even if you're making 100 bags.
I went to Paris. I'm in Paris walking around, bro. I had to Instagram it. Not like a small poster, bro. Again, at one of the biggest stores in Paris, there's a massive poster, bro. IMDb faces right there. Tommy Hilfiger campaign.
That doesn't. That's not screaming 2.6 million, fam. 2.6 million is a lot.
No, but 2.6 million from the label.
If you told me Skepta had 2.6 million, even then I would still be.
All I gotta let you know is it's certified.
What? You shouldn't be.
I just let you know it's certified.
Can I just tell you now? You shouldn't be.
By what?
What
did he say?
I said if Skepta had.
Pardon? If who?
Skepta. Yeah, I know.
Don't get on the Lord, fam. Like, don't do it to Skepta. You leave Skepta out of every conversation. I'm telling you. You bring out Skepta, I'm going to be biased.
He just showed his Skepta joints. He just showed his SK joints.
This guy, man,
yeah, don't worry, bro. He would have made that just off the. He would have just made that off the first night campaign. Don't worry about that. He's good.
And there's a third trainer coming up.
Yeah, of course. And a fifth and a sixth. There's gonna be a bunch.
Please don't talk to me when I'm dancing. Pure water.
Yeah. But they do appeal to two very different markets though.
Of course.
Yeah.
I think that they will both be around.
But what's
for
the
a
beef
long
about?
time.
I don't get. That's why I don't. What's the beef about? What are they beefing about?
Do you know what it is? It's just
competitive nature, isn't it?
Do you know? I think it's about nothing. That's what it's all about. It's absolutely about nothing.
Competitive nature is calling Jammer and going on Lord of the Mics. This whole Hollywood on Twitter, all the waffling, man. If you want waffle, go Crepes and Cones. I said it today, fam. That's where you have waffle.
Bro, this is a young you know.
Yeah. He doesn't care, bro.
I'm just speaking the truth, man. Man, them see that and it's a headache, bro. Hashtag headache, innit?
Nah, I think it's a headache when it just lasts for too
they're
long.
They're both talented.
They are.
They're both. Don't come online and talk about money.
Do it in the music.
Huh?
Do it in the music.
Yeah, man.
I just prefer, me personally, I just prefer it in the music all of the time.
Trust me.
I don't like. We've had so many conversations about this, but maybe it's my age, maybe it's maturity, maybe it's certain things that I've gone through in my life, but nobody's phone number is hard to get.
Yeah.
And if I really am holding some type of feelings, and I know that the world is made up of different colours and everyone deals with things very differently or whatever, but after a few back and forths, if me and you are having a couple of back and forths, after the third one, you're going to receive a phone call from me. Because I want to know what this energy is, and I want to resolve this and have a conversation about it. And I just think, as big people, that's just really what should happen. If not, do it in the music, and let's make some entertainment out of it.
But this is entertainment in the same breath as well, though.
Is,
not for me, but for someone.
Of course it is.
When it comes to the timeline, everyone is actors and actresses, isn't it? Who's gonna get more retweets? Is it Steph's comeback? Is it the way IMDb sent for whatever? Bro, even if they had each other's numbers, there wouldn't be a reason for them to text. It's all an act.
Basically,
there's nothing for them to talk about. I don't think they're arguing over what are they arguing over?
To be fair, like I said, it's a lot of, and this is not to the detriment of either of them. I love and support both of them. I think they're sick. I play IMDb's music quite frequently. I think that everyone knows that. And Stefflon Don's been hard from Wade. So my problem is this, sometimes you need to separate your ego from the situation. And I imagine both will say they don't have an ego. But in a situation like this, the only reason why you're responding via Twitter is because of your ego. Someone has said something to you publicly that makes you go, what?
Shall I tell you what's made it worse? Quote retweets.
Quote retweets.
The fact that you can quote retweets. Because everyone sees that.
Everyone sees exactly what you're responding to now. It's like straight away. For me personally, sorry to cut you out, for me personally, I just feel like I agree with Chucky. When it gets to a situation in which you're going to be having a back and forth with someone, if you feel that energy and like really about to happen, if it means that much to you, phone them. Yeah. If it don't, just take this is what you got to do. Come out of Twitter, hold it for a little bit if you're on an iPhone, delete it and come back later on. Because do you know what? As much as I've
to
learned the
detail
hard
is
way,
quite
you know,
good still.
as much as you can say what you like, if you really don't care about this, even in a week's time, you'll look back at it and be like, why did I even bother?
Word.
Especially if you're... And the killer is, if them two met up, they probably would get along.
Definitely.
I swear to God, they would get along,
I could
fam.
really imagine that.
They would get along. Steph is a fucking normal person, bro.
Yeah,
just normal from day one. And IMDb is... Everyone knows how I feel. I got mad love for that girl. But I just think all this Twitter thing just makes things confusing, fam. It's ego and all this other stuff.
Personal?
Go on.
So my
about
first,
me?
Nah.
Few.
Nah. It's about Steph, actually. So my first encounter with Steph was a tad bit frosty.
What did you
on
do?
my part? Because... So I was DJing for Western or whatever, and Angel, and we was doing a festival or whatever, and then like, I think Angel had gone, and Western had half of them had gone, but the van was still for us, like the Splinter thing that was taking us or whatever. Fam, she took so long to come here, and like this wasn't even so much about her, but this is like when you're dealing with artists, they're like a lot of the time, not all of them, but some can be mad late. And I'm a DJ, I'm punctual. I know what it's like to turn up to a booking, be on set, all of that type of shit, But what really frustrates me is when the tour manager tells me, be in Shepherd's Bush or whichever area for 6 o'clock in the morning, fam, I don't want to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So when I get there at 6 o'clock in the morning, I want to be leaving at 6:30. I don't want to be leaving at 9. Because if I left at 9, then I could have been in my bed till 8.
Chucky's moving like he's new to the lifestyle, man.
Nah. But it's just
that's standard. So then,
you know, like I was just holding a little bit of feeling. So when she came there, because I'd never met her before, I came there. I'm a little bit frosty. You know what I mean? I'm a human being, so I was a little bit frosty. But in the end, like speaking to her, I realised, this girl's actually mad. She's just mad cool. Like, she's just mad safe, and it did make me look at her a bit differently. I don't know if me and you've had this debate before, but I've always thought that she was hard. I did think that at the beginning stages, I felt like there was a little bit too much Nicki there. And because I liked Nicki, I thought Nicki was hard. And I thought that like, she needs to find a little bit of her own identity. But I do think that she's coming into her own identity a lot more now. And I also think that, I don't even think it even really matters now, because Nicki's not really providing any joints. The last few joints I've heard from Nicki have been dead. So you know what? If there is a void, let me just finish. If there is a void there and somebody can come through and yam that food by there being a resemblance of her, then you know what? Go through and yam the food. You know how happy it is I am to go to a different country and hear someone who is from where we're from, like, shelling. Gal getting bendy when they're hearing the tune. I'm talking about real bending over, whole vibe.
Breakfast in bed.
Yeah. What? Oh my God, bro.
What I will say
So
about the Nicki
ultimately,
Minaj comparison you made, you could still compare it today. But I feel like it's just that we look at that so negative, we try to stray away from it. So what if you compare them? Like, I think she would probably look at it and be like, blood, you're comparing me to Nicki Minaj. She's like one of the best rappers in the world. She's done monumental things. If I've, taken aspects of her style, who gives a damn? Because guess what? With Nicki Minaj, we used to say it was Little Kim. And I'm sure there was someone that Little Kim was taking off. And that's just what happens in life. And with women, unfortunately, there's always like one space for a woman. Like with men, you could be copying so many different men. When it comes to women, it's just you're always copying the biggest female rapper. So right now, if a rapper comes out, she's copying Cardi B, unless she goes and does a completely different style. There could be like one element that's Cardi B, and it's like she's Cardi B, and I feel sorry for women, fam, because really truly, she should just be the hot newcomer, and that's Stefflon Don's thing. She's the hot newcomer, so we don't even care about that. But no, she's the new Nicki Minaj. Like,
but you know what it is? Everything that you're saying is right, but I think that where there becomes a debate is the things that you take from that person. So if you take elements from somebody that you idolize, that's cool. Yeah. But when people, I'm not saying that this is what happened, but when people look at it as in, like, you're almost being a spitting image of that person, that's when people say, well,
I think
do you think there was any of that with Steph?
At the beginning, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that wasn't the genuine consensus, because enough people were saying that.
But
she looks like Nicki. But she's doing that whole Nicki.
Do you know why man are saying
and when she did interviews, she never really said in one interview anyway, when it came up, she never really said so much about, do you know what, like, I think she did an interview with, I don't even want to say it because I think that someone's going to, there was just an interview that I watched anyway, and it was brought up, and I felt like it's not that deep. It's just a small critique. Yeah?
No,
But I just felt like that was the opportunity to say, nah,
She doesn't have to address that, though.
She's one of the best in the world.
She doesn't have to address that, though.
She doesn't have to. But if there's going to be a debate about it, and that's the common consensus, then I just think it's not about. It wasn't about her coming through and just being hot, and everyone's just saying she's just the new Nicki. It wasn't that. There was a clear. It was more than a resemblance.
No, but I hear where you're coming from. But this is why I think I'm not gonna act like I don't hear where you're coming from. Because I do. But this is why I actually think when I analyze it, why I think it's a flawed concept. She's deriving her whole style from a Caribbean presence. You could say. You could even say Jamaican.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj is not Jamaican. She's Trinidadian.
Right.
Stefflon Don is Jamaican. Yeah. So as much as there's a Nicki Minaj influence, I imagine her mum, her aunties, and everybody else. If you've been Jamaica, you know. Everyone's got coloured hair. Everyone's doing this wild shit. So yes, she could have taken it from Nicki, but there's an argument to say she could have taken it from the Jamaican women that she's seen in her family as well. Then let's take a look at the content. She could have taken it from Spice.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at the content. So let's take a look at the content. She's talking about sex and fuck, and Lady Saw was doing this when I was out here in 11, 12. So then maybe Nicki Minaj is copying her. So essentially, we're just looking at one example of a style that is commercial, and that is what we're saying she's gravitating towards, when we know that full blown that style derives from a country that we're all from. Well, not all of us, but me and you and maybe Callum is from. So it's like we know she could have just taken it all from there.
Like, we do kind of do this a lot anyway, because even when we look at Afro Swing, for example, there's always that argument of like couple man come through few different styles, and then everyone else kind of sounds the same, or every other song kind of sounds the same, and it's not really. I don't think people are particularly necessarily in the wrong for coming to that conclusion if that's what they see. But for me personally, as me being a fan, if I'm a fan of something or I'm a fan of someone, for me, whether it's a man, woman, cat, dog, whatever, they are feeling that thing for me. So then when someone else comes and they do that, and I think that there is a too much of a direct comparison, and that person still exists, then it's cool. It's too much for me. The difference between let me finish. The difference between the Nicki and the Little Kim thing is that Little Kim was in the 90s. I was listening to Little Kim when she was popping. She wasn't like, when Nicki was out, she wasn't popping. So it was like, even though she was evidently taking elements of Little Kim, that's fine to me, because Little Kim don't exist to me anymore anyway. All that stuff that I like from her,
that's a mad argument,
is all out there.
But that's a mad argument though.
Why?
Because for me, like, that's like, for example, saying like Ghostface is a rapper. I remember when I first heard All That I Got Is You, like, and I was like, this song is mad. Ghostface is actually just levels for these man. When Action Bronson got introduced, just because I wasn't really listening to Ghostface no more, it didn't make me go, this is acceptable on the first listen. And I'm not saying it's not acceptable, but what I am saying is, that was like, raw, that's Ghostface. He doesn't look like Ghostface. He don't dress like Ghostface. He don't walk like Ghostface. But all I heard was the song and said Ghostface. The first time I heard, sonically, Stefflon Don, I didn't say Nicki Minaj. But the moment I saw her, I said, oh, Nicki Minaj. But now when I think about it deep, it's probably not even Nicki Minaj. I feel like I think something.
You're right. When you break that argument down,
do you know what I mean?
100%, you're right.
But something I more have a problem with.
All of those influences from Nicki actually
are Jamaican.
Yeah, they're Jamaican. And Steph is Jamaican.
Mad Jamaican. Her mum is Yard.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, sorry.
Can I just say, off the Action Bronson thing, I kind of get that still, but I'm the same thing. Again, I'm the same thing. Like, I love Ghostface. When I heard Action Bronson, didn't resonate with me as much.
It didn't.
But I loved Ghostface.
But I don't have a problem with it though. I don't have a problem with Action Bronson though. I
didn't have a problem with Steph. I didn't have a problem with Steph.
I know you don't have a problem with it.
It wasn't about me having a problem. It was just like, for me, it was like, okay, this is, to me, it's Nicki. We're having a conversation about music. I'm a fan of music. So if me and you have a conversation about things that's popping out there, at the time, that's what I would have said. If you would have said to me, do I think that she's good? I would never have turned around and said, you know what? Because she sounds, because she's a bit like Nicki, she's shit. Yes. She's cold.
She can
listen,
fam.
Steph is undeniably cold. All I said was, in private conversation, which I'm having with you as well, if she finds a little bit of her own identity, she's gone. But then when I actually thought about it,
like that.
Whatever. But when I thought about it like this as well, then I'm like, well, you know what?
She has her own identity.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? She has it.
I could never blame an artist for this kind of thing. I just think it's the fans or whoever's looking from the outside in, it's their ignorant
perception of it. I agree with Arhan.
It's like if another fat black rapper came around, they would probably compare him to Big Nasty. Or if another
I swear to God, that's what happens.
Fat white DJ came around, they compare him to Charlie Sloth.
And do you know what mad is? Do you know what mad is? This actually happens as well in sport. Like in football, I remember when Arsenal signed Diaby, which is maybe over certain man's heads. He just looks like another player. Yeah. So they just said, yeah, he's like him. They play two completely different styles, but because they resemble each other and they dribble the same, it's the same thing. And it's like, that is such an ignorant approach to something.
It's a bit more than just being fat, though.
No.
So it's like, if a black...
Obviously...
One minute. It's a lot more than the way someone looks away. Don't you remember when Big Shaq first started doing his thing? And the first thing anyone compared him to was Roll Safe.
I didn't. But
no, everyone did.
Everyone did.
Maybe not you, but that was general conversation.
That wasn't based on looks.
Man will forget that now, you know. Man will forget that now.
Man will forget that.
I swear to Chucky, everyone will
I'm not saying that you did. I'm just saying
but Chucky, do you know what's so mad? Everyone will act like it didn't happen now. But I know it happened because I was there. I lived in here. I didn't have moment at the time, but I lived in my phone. And I used to see that and be like, "Raw," but how? But it is the ignorant view. It's the ignorant of. It's a black man.
That's why when you talk about like Steph having to address that or whatever, it's.
I didn't say she had to.
Yeah,
so to understand that. But I said for me personally, for me, I'm like, this is a prime example.
You're saying she needs identity, like she needed to find her true identity.
A little bit of identity.
But that's what it is, man. Like. Man, them will quickly say that's Nicki Minaj or whatever, but it's not.
That's not. It's actually Stefflon Don. Yeah. And now that I kind of really thought all about that right now. I was like, raw. She's actually always been herself, but ignorantly, it's like they do in the media when it comes to our type of music. They will just pin it and say they'll put these women against each other like they have to clash each other.
Do you know what though? A Latino woman. Wait.
A Latino woman will get.
I don't think that this is.
They're called Cardi B, fam.
But I don't think this is. I don't think in this situation here, this was a woman versus woman thing. It's the style.
No, that's not what we say.
It's a style thing. We do this with men all of the time.
No, but here again, it's not a style thing. Action Bronson and Ghostface is a style thing.
That was a conversation.
No, but hear me out.
That was a conversation.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't a conversation. What I'm saying to you is when you actually listen and take in Stefflon Don just sonically and the Nicki Minaj, cause it's two different planets.
Yeah,
it's actually it's two different planets, but because one's got different color hair, another's got different color hair, and they do Caribbean type of moves. They're the same. These times you go to the Caribbean, everybody does it. This is a mad thing to me. Now when I think about it, not to say that I didn't think Nicki Minaj, because I did. I was one of them people. But now when I think about it, cause she's always been herself. I've got aunties. I've got mad hair.
Just to be clear, this is not a woman versus woman situation.
No, I'm not saying you do that, but I'm saying generally
in music, as like people that talk about music a lot, we're always comparing this person.
No,
to
bro,
that
shall I tell you why?
Because
people are scared of change, bro. Like all they know is the success that they've seen already.
Yeah.
So whenever anyone comes and tries to do something new, they're just going to compare them to the man that was there
before
them.
But
that's why when it came to the big, like that's why when it was the Big Shaq thing, and he was a nobody doing his Insta videos, like going around doing hood comedy, everyone was like, it's Roll Safe.
Yeah.
But the level he took it to,
it's mad. But imagine this though.
I remember that's two men that you're talking about.
But hear me.
No, so that's what I'm saying.
I have to say this, but I have to say this because you're gonna try and eradicate the point, and I know I'm speaking sense, so I get frustrated. The men's market, they don't compare people straight away in the sense of like. See with women, there's only one spot. What I was saying in the men's market is there's bare spots.
I agree with that.
In the women's market, there's one spot. So Nicki Minaj is on top. Cardi B comes along. They have to somehow create this Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj. Why can't it just be Cardi B and Nicki Minaj just living and existing and everything's calm?
Who was that?
Isn't that same example like?
Who is it? Iggy Azalea.
Even try and compare her to Nicki Minaj?
Of course they will, because it's two women to the point where in which it's just what happens. The media always try and do it. Like the first person I saw it with.
Isn't that same argument the same as the Nas and Jay debate or the
because
Jay and Drake
Nas
debate?
and Jay. All right, so you see at that point,
the reason why Cardi B and Nicki was a debate from how I saw it is that everyone looked at Nicki as the girl who was the queen of this whole thing. The same way that we would look at Jay-Z as the king of this whole thing.
But
so when Drake's come up, the same way Nicki's come up.
So let me show you what I'm saying.
The same way Cardi's come up.
But I hear you. But it was happening too early.
But I agree
when Big Sean comes up, no one's comparing him to anyone. Wireless, no one cares.
Yeah, because Big Sean is not.
But I'm saying to you, in the females' world, there's only one spot. Big Sean, there's so many spots that Big Sean can do his thing. We can rate it, and we don't have to compare him to no one, and it's calm. In the females' world, in what I see in America anyway, and it might be an ignorant approach. As soon as Cardi B done this Bodak Yellow song, I'm seeing people say,
her straight.
Why can't she do the song and man just rate Cardi B and we rate Nicki Minaj and we carry on and we just say there's this massive industry for women and they can all do their thing. And then when it gets to the point where we're talking about record sales and status, and then maybe we can do the comparison conversation because it's naturally going to happen. But not straight away, cuz.
Yeah.
Gala been there for 5 minutes and now she's been put under that pressure.
No one's comparing Big Sean like that anyway, really. Because
No one compares Big Sean at all.
In most people's thing, they put him as right now the top. He's maybe in the top 10 or whatever that is. So he's never going to be in that type of debate. If anything, people make the comparison about Kendrick and Drake or
always.
J. Cole and Kendrick. But
the beauty about it...
Or the only thing that I was trying to make is that you are 100% right. Women, there's always just one spot for women. So I get that.
Fair.
But what I was trying to say is that I didn't think that it was, in my observation, that was an argument for this conversation. I felt like there was a reason or a good reason for people to have that type of assumption about Steph at the beginning. But when you actually really digest you're right.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Some more time, there actually isn't an argument for you to compare anything. We just create this narrative. Like we'll find a narrative
get it wrong.
And we'll just get it wrong. No, but do you know what it is though? I think people create narratives in their mind. Like they created this narrative and everyone ran along with it and said, yeah, that's true. She's got different colour hair. She raps. She's black and she's doing a Jamaican thing. It has to be Nicki. And I was one of the people that done it, so I can tell you I was trash for that. That is trash.
Same.
Trash. Like it's trash. That's why I'm glad I've changed, big man. That's why I'm out here with SK.
When I really deeped it, I'm like, nah. Like,
they're not even. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you go to Jamaica and you see fucking.
What do you see over there? Bruv, it's mad.
Yeah.
Man, I got orange, pink. They're 6'9" over there.
Yeah.
6'9's over there, fitting in.
Yeah, it's mad.
Do my dance in the club. It's mad.
And anyway, I think going back to my point anyway is that
he hates the States.
Even if there was, which I was mentioning before, even if there was, it doesn't even matter now anyway, because Nicki is not producing shit anyway.
No, she's produced. No, some of the music is not dead.
You're just upset that you had to wake up at 6 a.m. Fam, that's what it is.
What song has Nicki done recently that has been good? I know they're playing one tune next.
Chun-Li's not dead.
What was that thing where she said? Did she send?
I don't like. Come on, bruv. You like
not dead. I said it's not dead though.
All right, it's above dead.
I played it today. To be fair,
it's above dead. It's not. It's subjective, isn't it? I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good.
Am I forcing it?
Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's good.
Alright, I'm forcing it.
Yeah. It's above dead, isn't it?
It's an Air Force One there. So Alhan just hates American music anyway. He hates everything from the United States.
It's dead, man.
Serious?
Yeah. I don't listen to that shit, fam. All I care about is Trilla, Jermaine Trillowski and Marcus Nasty, fam. I just want Funky to come back. I won't lie to you, Chucky. That's all I want.
Really, yeah?
I must have been when
you must have been about 5.
That's what I'm saying, bruv, man. I didn't get to enjoy it properly. Man done a swine flu skank at school assembly and all that shit.
Catch it, being it, kill it.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Flu.
Catch it, being it. We were singing it at the station.
Swine flu, Ebola.
What skanks were there? There were and it was blackberry skank.
Thing.
Obviously migraine. Head, shoulders, knees and toes.
We got Neymar doing the migraine skank.
What was the other one? Oh no, there was one more skank.
Can I say that again?
Tribal skank.
Tribal skank was cold. We got Neymar doing the migraine skank last week.
Really? Yeah.
We got Neymar to do the migraine skank last week.
Fucking, I forgot how to do that.
Right now, just take your right hand. No, just take your left hand.
Then you put both hands in your head. Migraine skank. Gracious K, man. You got married last year.
Oh yeah, they did. Shout out to him. He's been on here actually.
Trust me.
I think he was here around the time when we was talking about the when Pokemon was a thing. Remember that?
Pokemon Go.
I wasn't here when Pokemon.
No, he wasn't. He didn't exist. When
Wait,
everyone was doing it. Oh, I need to catch this fucking. Everyone was running around all over the fucking.
I can't lie. I used to do that, man. I used to do that.
Yeah, well, of course. Back then we would have been about 14,
3 a.m. in Holland Park. I didn't know how Pokemon worked, but it was crazy. Like we'd go to Holland Park at 3 a.m. and there's about 20 man there. Everyone's on their phones and iPads. The weather's beautiful. I think Pokemon Go was the best thing to happen to London, and I don't like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like 1 a.m. we just had the London night, and there's people sitting on the steps and we're just chatting about Pokemon, fam. About one's called Febreze, the other one's called like some other shit, man. I don't know. But it was sick.
Oh, did you chat about the girl saying the N-word yet?
Which one?
On stage with Kendrick?
No, I wasn't even going to talk about that. That's American stuff.
Didn't you see it?
I didn't watch it, but I saw the video.
Yeah, so like Kendrick Lamar invited a girl on stage and they were doing like...
She said
You know,
money tree.
if diamonds and song. Oh, I got along. What's the name of that song again? I'm too high, fam.
The money scam.
Yeah. Man down. Where you from, nigga? So basically, she was saying the N word, and then Kendrick stopped it. Mad City. Kendrick stopped it. Sorry, it's called Mad City. Mad City. That's it. So Kendrick stopped it, and said to her, "Can you say the song, but can you blur out the N word part?"
She must have been so embarrassed.
She wasn't. She had far too much confidence. Nah,
I thought she did. I thought that it looked like it ruined her vibe for a minute.
Maybe for a bit, but it still seemed like to the point where someone said to me,
she's like, "Oh my god, did I say it?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, you did say it."
Yeah, but it's like even that's just a mad thought. How can you forget what you said 1 second ago? You said it.
I could easily see how she did forget though.
Nah, it's better. It's best that
that you don't. You know how I feel already. Yeah, it's best that you don't. But you bring a girl up, to sing a song where you say nigga the most. A white girl. To me, that's corny to me, bro.
Can you sing
the song?
So?
Seriously. No. Think about that for a minute. You bring a white girl on the stage to sing a song where you say nigga the most. So you know what? The reason why I thought it was a bit cool, and I love Kendrick. To Pimp a Butterfly is my favorite album. I love that album. But I just think that like what it did was. But the reason why, like, I just thought that now what's going to happen is we're going to have a big debate about it and all of that stuff here. Which
There's
I'm
no
not really
debate to be had, man.
But
if you're not black,
I'm not going to have that debate anyway. But I just think that, like, now that we have it, the world is now going to have this big debate at her expense. Like, this innocent white girl who just went up on the stage, who's probably about 18 years old.
Man said, come on the stage, sing the song. She went up on stage, sung the song, we're having a go at her. It's an elf.
Bro, I just think it's just...
I think yeah and no, though.
I understand.
I think it's yeah and no.
I don't think she's entirely innocent.
No, she's
Do you understand where I'm coming from, Callum?
She's not entirely innocent.
Because you know what the killer is, yeah?
She should have used her brain a bit.
At least
replay. But he brought her on stage to sing the song where he says nigga the most times.
And I
in
hear
every
that.
song.
Maybe it was...
Why didn't he fucking get her up there to sing fucking Poetic Justice?
Not to say it.
Yeah.
Why didn't he get her up there to sing Swimming Pools?
Do you know what it is, yeah?
Shall I tell you something?
For fuck's sake.
I see white people like snap themselves in a club, and when they hear the N word come on in a song, I've seen it so many times on, and they just film themselves. It's like they've got an impasse.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, like an impasse. Yeah, we said it in the song. Do it.
Yeah, I hear that.
Oh, we don't mean anything by it. It's a little. I don't know, man. You can't say the N word. If I was up on stage,
don't get it twisted. I don't think that like she should have said it. But you know what?
But she must have had so much energy, bruv. She must have watched a Pac-Man TV video.
She
heard
got
him say
so much
more
confidence.
energy, then jumped on stage and done it.
Do you know what? She might have even have all thought, yeah, this is my time now when I can really flex. I don't know, but I don't know, man. I just.
Do you know
think
what?
that
I'm gonna say I agree with you, Chucky, but I think it's just a general consensus L. It's an L all round, and everyone gets one. Kendrick can slightly get an L for maybe bringing her on stage, but at the same breath, I'm a firm believer in own your downfalls as much as you own your achievements. So if you ask me to go on stage to do something, I'm not going to say something that I fully aware and well know is in I shouldn't be saying. I'm just gassed that I've got the opportunity to go on stage. So I know, had I been with this mentality, that white girl going on stage, cause I'm not saying the N-word, I'm trying to get backstage and smoke some weed with Kendrick and have a convo. I'm not going to jeopardize the position that he's given. To be fair, he's brought me on stage at his concert. Why am I now going to say something to piss him off?
I say Kendrick.
This is mad.
I say Kendrick stops making music and comes and wants to try them, man. He's setting them up nicely, bro. That was a nice setup.
What is wrong with
That was
you,
a nice
bro?
setup, man. He could be a setup chick, bro. Fucking American music, man. Fuck off.
He hates American music so much.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't.
Man told the girl, come on stage, sing the song, and then told her off.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically
It's a setup,
that's
man.
basically
It's
what
a
happened.
setup.
That's basically.
She should not have
But you know
said
what?
the
Some people
N-word.
did say.
She should
Some
not
people
have
did
said the
say that he
N-word, but
does
it's a
that.
setup, man.
Some people did
to try
say that
them,
like that he's done that a lot.
Bring
Yeah,
someone on every show.
and does that and does that same thing.
I don't
But
like.
still think
I
that's
don't
silly.
like this bringing people on business. I'll tell you that for nothing.
Nah, I think sometimes it's sick. It
Nah,
works
man.
amazing.
This is
sometimes.
this is my show. You get me? Like, because if I'm paying money, and then they started, and then you fucking everyone's shouting about saying the N-word. But did I pay for this? Do your song, man. Let's go home. Bro.
Nah, but do you know why I think
swear.
sometimes it's good, yeah? Because if an artist now goes and does the song one time, does it properly, so we're all vibing together like how we would at a show, then at the end stops it and says, you know what? Like, I want someone to come up on stage and do this part. Then I'm like, cool. I actually saw Dave do that. Dave one time did Thiago Silva with him and and AJ Tracy.
Yeah.
And then so he did AJ Tracy's part, and then he stopped it afterwards, and he's like, you know what, AJ's not here. Does someone want to come up and do AJ's part? Someone came out, did AJ's part, nailed it, and it was a vibe. Do you know what I mean?
Alright, can I just say something? Can I stop you? I have to say it. I've been thinking about saying it for so long, so I'm just going to be true to myself, and it's not to offend anyone.
Oh no, I'm getting out of here.
It's not to offend anyone.
Start writing a statement.
It's not that bad. Did you watch Dave or the Genius?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
Someone said
when he
it to me.
You said it to us.
lyrics.
Yeah, he explains the lyrics. Don't you think the cut was mad abrupt when it came to us? No, I'm not even saying he said anything bad.
When it came to
I'm
what?
just saying.
When it came to what?
So basically, yeah, man's watching it now. I'm thinking, what? Dave sent me on the big genie, man. I'm gassed now. Come on, big old man, gas. SKS, let's do it. Boom. He said, yeah, so poet, he's broke down the bar, and then he's gone like, poet is a personality, so on and so forth, from my, it's whatever, and then he said, Chucky's a DJ, influencer. I know them both personally.
Shush.
I said, cause I'm just saying, I was like,
I don't think it was that stuff.
no, I'm not saying it was bad, but do you know what? This is what I hate. I hate when I'm thinking something and I say, do you know what, Paul, don't say nothing, because sometimes you just think negative things. Then my brethren goes, I'm saying Tigo.
Okay, shout out to Tigo.
Shout out Tigo, my guy. He messaged me, he goes, a bit abrupt. Like, fucking hell.
Planted that seed in your head.
Fam, and now it's growing. There's a whole farm, all because of tea, fam.
Nah, but you know what?
Is
You can't do that. You can't do that of all people, because you know
Me?
what? You are not allowed to make an assumption of a video.
I don't make an assumption.
2 minutes.
I said it's an abrupt cut,
Yeah,
which is
you
a
can't do
fact.
that.
I said I don't know what's been
Exactly,
said.
so you don't know.
But
So you don't know.
exactly.
Exactly. So you don't
Did
know.
I say it was bad?
No, so you don't. So we
I
can't
say it was
speak about
bad?
it.
Just said it was
What?
It could be good, so we can't talk about it.
I just said it was abrupt. That's why I've got to bring it up. I'm not saying it's a conversation, but it's abrupt.
I think you lot are just flattered, man.
I'm very flattered.
Nah,
They just had to make a 2-minute video. He was waffling for a bit. They
Dave's a
cut
G.
it. Don't catch feelings, man. It's alright.